Hola YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. And as you already guessed by the actual thumbnail at the front of my video, this is going to be a rapid fire, quick, minimum product, minimal tools, minimal process. How can I actually get my makeup done and completed and it looks decent and semi-professional without doing all of these steps that you see these girls do on Instagram and YouTube? One, I don't know how to quite do it quite that well yet, or I'm new to makeup and I'm just really trying to start out with building to look decent when I walk out, but I don't want to have to use all of these products, or my collection isn't that big, so I don't have the funds to go out and buy all of these products. I kept everything in this video as best as I could very affordable for you guys, things that you are able to go out, grab, and get, just to make it as easy as possible for you guys. And I also simplified the steps down to where you can be done and out the house in 10 to 15 minutes. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this look together.
You're my bitter one, taking me home. One thing really lead to
Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do in this simplified makeup process is we're going to start off with the face primer. And I'm going to be using my NYX Angel Veil. I'll go ahead and squeeze a little bit into my actual hand to go on my face. And I'll go ahead and take this everywhere, because today we're doing a way that you can simplify your routine down. You definitely want to go ahead and use a primer. You want to use something that's moisturizing if you have dry skin, or a regular primer if you have normal skin, or if you have oily skin, you definitely want to use something mattifying. You also want to use something that's pore filling if you have huge pores. You can do multiple steps of primers to address certain issues. Like if you're oily here, you can use a mattifying primer here and a normal moisturizing primer on the rest of your face if you have normal skin or dry skin out here. And of course, if you have huge pores in this area, this area, this area, you can use a pore filling primer, but for the purpose of this video, it's going to be a one and done. Of course, you always want to go ahead and use an eyeshadow primer if you have oily lids or if your eyelids have a tendency to crease. But again, the NYX Angel Veil is a pretty good primer. It's not a long wear primer, so this isn't something you're going to be doing on an 8, 9, 10 hour day. If you know you're going to work and you know you have, a long day, then another affordable primer is going to be the Covergirl. This is the Lid Lock Primer. So I'm just doing this with just one product to kind of help you guys get started, quick, done, out the house, and on your way. The very next thing you're going to do after you actual prime is you're going to go ahead and lay down your actual concealer, because this is a no foundation look. So you want to go ahead and lay down your concealer. It's pretty much going to be a moisturizing concealer that starts to dry down and will give you a natural skin type look and feel once it dries down. The two ones that I have is going to be the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I have the shade Butterscotch, and I also use my ColourPop concealer, and I have the shade Deep Golden. What you'll go ahead and do in this particular process is I'm going to take my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, I'm going to put it right here underneath my eyes, not all the way up, but just right here underneath my eyes. And a little goes a really long way, so you don't need to put a lot down. And I will also say, for the actual concealer that's more in tune with your actual face complexion, you're just going to put it around the area, and that'll help it blend out without having any harsh lines of demarcation. Any areas where you experience darkness, so it doesn't look too weird, you're going to go in and cover that actual area. If you have any hyperpigmentation like this, just simply dot over it with your actual concealer that's in your actual face shade. The three tools that we're going to be using in this video is going to be a Morphe E5. This is going to apply 4 different products for us. We're going to be using the Juvia's Plays. This is their round eyeshadow blending brush, and this is a J5. Of course, my tweezers for my fake eyelashes, and of course, a wet beauty sponge. This is from the Crayon Case. So the very first thing you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and pull out your eyeshadow palette. At this point, eyeshadow palette is going to be my Morphe Dare to Create, my 39A palette. And this is what it looks like on the inside. So inside this palette, I have my eyeshadows, I have a highlighting shade, and I also have a contour shade that I can go in and actually use. So the reason why I pulled this palette out And I also have a blush shade in here. This palette will serve 4 different options. So when you're trying to learn how to do makeup, or you need something quick, fast, and in a hurry, the key to your makeup process is going to be finding something that houses 4 or 5 steps in your process, so you can just grab and go and have most of what you need in that one product. So we're going to go ahead and take our makeup brush. And the only thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into the very first light shade right here. This one right here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and lay that down underneath my eyebrows. Not a whole lot, just a little. And I'm working pretty fast with this because as this concealer is drying, I will need to blend it out. And then in the actual palette, I'm gonna go in with this brown right here. And I'm just gonna run this loosely through my crease, just to give the eyes a little bit of definition, and that's it. Because I didn't mute out my normal natural eyeshadow, my eye hyperpigmentation shade, because it's actually gonna act as part of the look in the end. And this is something you can do as well. So if you have darker eyelids or hyperpigmentation in your eyelid, have that work towards your actual favor. And just quickly, that's all we're gonna do. And across the actual lid, we're gonna go in with this very first shade right here on the brush and just sweep that across the lid. And that'll just help brighten and nothing else. And same brush, go back over and blend everything together. And you're done with that eye, and you're done with the eyes. There isn't anything else you need to do with the actual eyes at this point. And you can go ahead and lay down just a little bit of eyeliner on your eyes at this point. I'm using my e.l.f. This is the Pro Black Liquid Liner in black. And we'll go ahead and line the eyes. You're not doing a wing or anything. You're lining the eyes because if you are just wearing your normal eyelashes, lining the eyes will make them look thicker. But if you're wearing fake eyelashes, you definitely want to go in and put something down to help hide that band. And once we have that done and blended out, now we're gonna go in with the wet beauty sponge. And all you're gonna do is start to blend. You'll blend the lighter color under your eyes and down the center of your face first, and then you can go in and blend everything else around it. And in this process, I definitely don't encourage you working on or doing your eyebrows first, just because of the amount of blending that you're doing. And it's just gonna be a very light layer. You guys saw how much product I put down? So right now I'm just blending down the rest of my face, not to bring coverage to the rest of my face, but to make sure it's not a harsh stopping line right here where the product is in my bare skin. And instead of patting, I'm actually swiping. So it's going in and swiping down just a little bit. But it's not a huge swipe. Don't do that, you'll move the product. And just keep patting because it may not look like it's product there, but you are placing product. As long as it's something on your makeup sponge, you'll be able to have product. The very next thing you want to go ahead and do while that is still drying, you want to go ahead and take a loose translucent powder. I don't have an affordable one that I can recommend to you guys that would actually set your concealer and face without actually changing the colors or making it look too weird or too off. So I'm gonna go in with my Patrick's powder by MAC. And remember I told you this brush is gonna be used for about 5 of our steps. Here's the first step where we'll be using this brush. Make sure you blend out your any type of creases in the concealer first. And then immediately go in and set that with the powder. And you're gonna use this powder to go ahead and set your entire face. And the reason why I suggest this brush to you guys is because of the angles on the brush. It fits perfectly underneath your eyes and also around your nose and perfectly around your hairline. So once you have everything completely set, just go in and dust any excess away. Next, you're gonna go ahead and take out your fake eyelashes. If you have long, beautiful lashes, skip this step. You're already 2 minutes ahead of the game. But I'm using my Jaybee lashes by Eyeliner with their collaboration with Jasmine Brown. Here they are. The reason why I say this is the next step for you to do, because as your eyelash glue dries, you're able to go ahead and go in and tackle other parts of your face. I'm using my House of Lashes eyelash glue, and we're just gonna go ahead and put glue on the lashes. You want to go ahead and tackle your eyebrows. I'm using my ColourPop. This is their brow pencil in Jet Set Black. This is the reason why I told you guys to already have everything laid out, so you can just go through your steps pretty quickly, boom, 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 and get out the door pretty quickly. And right now, you're just lining them and lightly filling them in. There isn't much more you're doing to your actual eyebrows. This will be the most time-consuming step that you do. Pull the product forward to help fade that out. And just brush it through. Make sure you're being careful when you're actually brushing it through. So to give you a more of a natural brow. The same thing on the other brow. And if you just so happen to go outside the line you drew, use your hand as an eraser like what I just did. Your brows, in most cases, they aren't friends, they aren't even sisters, they're distant relatives, if not neighbors on a different street. So they're definitely not gonna be the same, but you wanna get them as close as possible. So if you already have beautiful brows, kudos to you. But for the rest of us, spend a little bit more time in the morning, just making sure that the brows are done. And because the rest of your face is already powdered and done, this becomes a super easy step with just going in with your fingers and just wiping away the additional product. We'll go ahead and set them in place with a little bit of the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. And you'll go ahead and put on some mascara. I'm using my Ulta Beauty Limited Lashes. This is their Lifting and Voluming Mascara. Again, if you have long, beautiful lashes, kudos to you. You've already started this step. And a quick tip for you guys, if you know you have a busy morning or whatever before you start to get up and go to work, go to school, go to church, or whatever it is that you actually do in your day, the same way you lay your clothes out, lay your makeup out the night before, makeup and brushes. You're more than likely going to want to go ahead and do something with yourself and not run late or put yourself behind schedule if your items are already laid out and waiting for you. So now that the lashes are actually done, I'm gonna take my lash tweezers and just plop my lashes on. Remember guys, look down into your mirror as you're putting these on. And I chose these because these are some of the most natural looking lashes that I have in my collection that I felt will work beautiful with this actual look. And now you just go ahead and press those down and merge those together with your real lashes. So this way you don't have a separation in between your real lashes and where these lashes are. So now you're just gonna go in and be like, okay, so how do I add color to my look? You know, Lynn, I see you guys, you know, across YouTube and Instagram and Facebook when you guys have these colorful looks and it just looks so nice. I can't do all that. One quick tip to add color to your look without having to do the most or do too much. Use an actual eyeliner, the colored eyeliner. I'm using the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner, and this is in the shade Maybe. And all you're gonna do to help your eyes is just go into your waterline with it. And that's your pop of color. And from time to time when you're doing your eyes, especially playing with the waterline, your eyes may water. And that's the reason why I said go ahead and make sure you have something like a napkin or tissue, napkin, Kleenex, anything like that around you. Now that you have that down, you'll go in with your final coat of mascara on your bottom lash. But definitely after you add an eyeliner to your actual waterline, go in and do one more coat of mascara. So that'll cover any eyeliner that actually got on your lash. We're gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of glow to the face. I'm gonna be using my Wet n Wild. This is their Meglo Halo in the shade Go With The Glow. And I'm gonna shake that up and I'm just gonna put this on the back of my hand, guys. And I'm gonna take my beauty blender, the side that I hadn't used, squeeze it, pinch it, and I'm just gonna go in on the back of my hand and get a little product, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit the high points of my face with that. And as you can see, I went around my eyebrows and everything with it. So it gives a very slight sheen to the face without it being way too much, especially if you have a corporate job or you're going somewhere like that. You can't have all of that. I definitely understand that. So the next thing you guys are gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna go back into your palette. And remember, powder products can be used a million and one different ways. They just don't have to be used for what they're listed as. And I'm gonna go ahead and take these two really pretty shades right here. And with a very light hand, I'm gonna go ahead and put them on. See? You put just a little bit on. And you'll take your brush and dab off any excess that you may have before you go in and blend that out. And I'm also gonna go ahead and go back into the exact same palette. And I'm taking the shade that complements my skin tone, which is this little rose gold shade right here. I'm gonna take it with a very light hand. Not too much, just a very light hand. And just put that across the high points. And I'll go back in with the gold shade that was right next to it. It's a goldy bronze shade. And I'll just touch down the center of my face like that. Again, guys, you don't have to do this. Now you'll go ahead and take that same thing, your same makeup brush, and clean it off and go over it. Help blend in everything. Now that that's blended in, you're gonna go back into that actual palette, and this is where you're gonna bring the color back to your face. I'm gonna be using this shade right here and this shade right here. I'm gonna mix both of them together. And again, with the very light hand, guys, because these are eyeshadow. Eyeshadows are gonna perform completely different from actual base products. And you're just gonna go in and just add just a little bit of color back to your face. And I'll just take whatever's left on the brush and I'll actually sweep across my entire face. And once I do that, I'm gonna take just a little bit more of the Halo, which is a liquid highlighter. And I'm gonna take that beauty blender one more time, squeezing it and putting it down and hitting just the high points again. Now that we have that done and completed, I'm gonna take Clean Color Pro Sealer. This is their makeup setting spray, and this is the matte finish. This is $2, guys. So I wanted to make sure I was using affordable products for you guys with this one. And you'll spray your face because you wanna go ahead and make sure it's lasting for you. But again, remember my trick, guys. You wanna make sure that as it's drying, take the butt of your beauty blender and just go over and mash everything in. And now you'll see with adding the color and the setting spray, typically when you add setting spray to your face, it'll take away the actual ghostly effect of the actual powder on your face, and you'll see your face will start to come back in as normal. Now the final thing that you'll do, this is our final step, there's nothing else for us to do. The chapstick you had when you got out the shower, finish washing your face, go ahead and just wipe that off. And now you want to go ahead and go in with a lipstick, a matte lipstick, a lip gloss, whatever it is, whatever your choice is. But for me today, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip, and I'm using the shade Mess Around. And the reason why I wanted to use an Ultra Satin Lip is just simply because this is something that's quick. I don't have to be too precise with it. And it pretty much stays on pretty well throughout the day unless I eat a horribly greasy meal on lunch at work. Of course, if I'm at work and I eat cookout or go eat some fried foods, appendix first, I'm definitely gonna have to reapply this. Now, because I just can't do anything without actually adding my inner eye highlight, I just went ahead and grabbed some regular brush. I grabbed the Give Me Glow SP12, which is a pencil brush. You can grab any small brush, and I'm using that Halo. And I'm just taking just a little bit on the tip of the brush, and I'm just gonna go in right here to give me my inner eye highlight, and I'll go ahead and take just a little bit of whatever's left on the actual brush and just go underneath my eyebrows, just to go ahead and give me that look. And before the product completely dries, just go in and make sure you're blending that out correctly. You probably would have stopped prior to this last step because that was not necessary. But if you like the little extra glow with underneath the actual eyebrows and the actual inner corners, then this is your step. But there you go, guys. That's your quick, hey, I'm laying everything out with my makeup to actually go ahead and use the next morning or evening or whenever I'm getting dressed. These are the simplified, broken down steps of how you can use less than 15 actual products to actually go ahead and complete out your actual look by utilizing different things for you. For most people, it may have just been 10 because I know most people aren't actually going to be filling in their eyebrows every day. Most people are not going to be putting on fake lashes every day, and you may opt to not actually use the colored liner, but I do encourage you to either put a nude liner or a black liner in the actual waterline. But there you go, guys. And I do have that ColourPop video. Somebody did leave me a request that they want me to do a ColourPop video going over the different eyeshadow palettes and different things like that. So that is coming up. I did go ahead and add that to my schedule. That'll probably be coming late in January, but girl, I heard you. And you are on my schedule with that video request. But again, my name is Lynn. Again, leave me any and all suggestions, comments, help, anything that I may need or that you may need. Leave it for me in the comment section below. Let's go ahead and get that conversation and the dialogue started. And until next time, thank you, YouTube.